Hi, I'm Katie Polglase from South West London TV, and I'm at the boat race, one of the biggest and oldest sporting events in the world. It starts here on Putney Embankment, and ahead of the race I've been talking to some of the key players. Dr. Isa van Loga, president of Oxford Women's Boat Crew, and also Piers Kazas from the Cambridge Boat Crew. Let's see what they had to say. It's an absolutely lovely day for it. How are you feeling about the day? Do you think it's going to go well for Cambridge?
Yeah, both crews look good on the water this morning. I think there's an air of quiet confidence in the camp, and conditions look good. I think it's forecast to be quite calm later. So yeah, I think it's confidence and a bit of nervousness. But
So there's been a bit of chat in advance of how Cambridge are all weighed in heavier for today's event. Is that going to mean anything? Do you think that's going to make a difference for the team?
I think it's really just a number. I think we were a marginally heavier crew, but they're strong boys, and at the end of the day, it's going to come down to how they row rather than any weight on a piece of paper. So I think it'll be fine.
Now, for you personally, you grew up in South West London, right? And you actually studied near here at school. So I'm guessing this stretch of the river must be quite familiar for you.
Yeah, I learned to row on the tideway here on the championship course, and we used to see the boat race crews coming down, and we really looked up to those guys. So it's cool to be a part of the team now. So yeah.
How does it feel to actually be part of the big day?
No, it's great. I actually raced in the Goldie crew the last 2 years, so it's actually a bit more relaxing this year, not having to worry about it. But no, obviously it's a great atmosphere and it's very exciting. The crowds all turn out, and it's really memorable every year.
You say relaxing. Is it a little bit disappointing not to be in Goldie this year?
Yeah, of course it's a pretty big disappointment. You train all year for it, but it's a very strong squad this year, and I think that for me to have done 2 boats and failed to make it this year is more just testament to the level of the squad, really.
Only 20 years old. You've still got time on your side, right?
Yeah, and I've got another year next year, so maybe I'll be back to give it another crack.
Well, absolute best of luck with it. I hope today goes well, and best of luck to the rest of your team as well.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Oxford have won the past 4 races. They also won 8 out of the last 9 races for women. That's a pretty good record. How are you feeling about today?
We want to keep it going. That's really the summary. We've trained. We know of our pedigree, but at the same time, every year is a new year. So it's just a question of laying it out there and repeating it.
Do you think this year there's going to be anything particularly dramatic happening again?
Well, as a rower, we just really want to focus on our rowing. I know for the public, it's nice to see clashes and similar things, but for us, really, we want to really shine by our performance and not by any drama that might surround it. So really, we're trained to row, and that's what we want to do today.
They've been training for months and months, and some of them, this is going to be the biggest day of potentially their lives. How do you keep spirits up? How do you keep them calm?
Well, no need to actually keep their spirits up. They are up. Keeping calm is probably the other one. And interestingly, everybody reacts very differently. Some almost act out and love to sing along to more or less inappropriate songs. Others just want to keep to themselves. And it's really just about catering to whatever they need and giving them the space if they need to, talking to them and really just getting them ready with whatever they need.
It must be slightly disappointing to be off injured. How do you feel about today?
No, well, on a personal level, it's absolutely disappointing to not be in a crew. That was never the plan. It was not. I didn't become president to be president. I became president because I wanted to lead my crew on the day. Sadly, that obviously didn't work out, but that's sports. My injury is someone else's luck, if you so wish. And I'll do everything, and I have done everything I can to still make sure that they are the fastest crew that they can be on the day.
This is only the 3rd year that women are actually rowing here. Is that significant for you, that they're rowing on the same day in the same place as the men?
No, definitely. It is. It's a huge achievement, and it's a huge achievement to, I think, the history of the race generally, but also of the women and men that have made it possible. And we're very aware of that, and very grateful. We do say, it's not just 8 women rowing and a cox in that boat, it's the legs of all the women that came before us that put us here.
Well, best of luck with the whole race, and I hope it goes well for your team. And are you planning to be here next year, do you think?
I have another 2 years in Oxford, so one day at a time. First, for now, it's rehab. First, actually, it's getting the race done and dusted, and then it's my rehab, and then we shall see what comes next.
Well, absolute best of luck with it. And it's a lovely day for it, so hopefully they do well. So as you heard from Issa earlier, there's plenty of action here at the boat race every single year. Now, the Cambridge boat nearly sank last year. 2 years before that, there was a rogue swimmer that intervened in the men's boat race as well. There's definitely always something going on, and we've already heard about the bomb scare that they found a bomb, an unexploded one from World War II here at Putney Bridge. There's also quite an interesting personal drama as William Waugh, who's going to be competing in the men's blue boat. 2 years ago, he was in the Cambridge blue boat. He's one of only 3 rowers ever to switch from one side to the other, and there's definitely been stories that some of his Cambridge crewmates aren't even talking to him anymore. So there's definitely going to be some interesting stories to come out later today. The women's race will be first, there'll be a couple of reserve boat races after that, and then the men's boat race will finish it off. Thousands will be turning up today, millions will be watching from all around the world. It's always a fascinating race to watch. I'm Katie Polglase, and you've been watching South West London TV.